What it is, guys and gals? Welcome to the Cryptoverse DAO. It's your boy Simon Says, and we about to make a whole lot of money this year, my guy. Because if we really have a long-term look on these crypto markets, everything is 60, 70, 80% down. Let's find the good projects and get in early. And while it's going short, let's put some leverage on them, right? So let's go to the charts because, we're just getting, the FOMC meeting just came. It's still going. It's been an hour live. And look at what happened, right? Look at what happened. We'll go to the 1 hour chart since it's been 1 hour. Right before the meeting. We'll see it on the 30-minute. Well, pretty much, you get the point. Right as the meeting started, huge candle. Blasting through, our resistance RSI from yesterday, right? We were saying yesterday that, not sure if the descending triangle is still there, but we had pretty much a little descending triangle here. It was like this. Boom, boom. I think it was on a lower time frame. Or no, it was this one. Perfect. So, we wicked to the top resistance zone, and it was literally, what we called on the stream yesterday. We get a wick up here, and then, we could come down if we broke these support channels. You can see that this was our resistance, this was our support. Once we hit the last support, the candles just battled to get back through. Nice little pin bar doji to get some support back in, and then, Bitcoin was gone. So you can see like this little 4 hour or 45-minute descending triangle didn't play out. It broke the first, middle support line, but then it couldn't get through the next one, right? That would have induced more downside, testing this last big support resistance region for Bitcoin. But what it did was it pumped, right? It pumped and it pumped crazy. Why did it pump? Let's see why it pumped, right? So all you gotta do is look for RSI divergences. If you don't know what they are, please ask me if you're in the Discord. I know the people on YouTube are not going to understand this, but you guys have me here. So we got the first. What I look for on the RSI is there's a lot to look at. When we're looking at our TA for, price action, we're only focused on where the price is at this moment. I'm not really worried about too much over here. Yes, it matters, but it doesn't matter. So we came down, right? Made this first low here. Came up, held the 40 as resistance. When the 40 is being held as resistance, the bears are in town, right? Bulls can't get above the 40. It's bad news. So what do? We came back down. We hit a little double bottom right here. Finally, held some kind of support. But we just went sideways. Notice how when we went sideways, the price action is going sideways. And then we put our last final triple fucking, the head and shoulders, the 1, 2, 3, the do, re, mi. Let's get some money, okay? That's what you look for. And why do we look there, right? Because it's saying pretty much, it's saying this low, right? This is the first on the 25th or the 22nd of July, my birthday, we made this low. So we had the initial drop, right? Then when the price action comes and does the wazoo, quick spike up on the RSI, rejects the 50, couldn't get past the 60 RSI that was holding for the bears. Boom, next drop comes in. Where did this drop come in on the price action? Here. Then the third drop, we creep down just, this looks like a spring floor, bro. This might be the bottom. We might have just missed everything, my guy. But look, we're going to take it step by step. We'll look at recent price action. This is what happened yesterday. We put in the final bottom, couldn't go oversold, couldn't really puncture, right, as it should. If that goes anywhere past these lows, that thing is gone, bro. We're looking at this support zone. We're looking at 20K peg again, right? 20K was one of our last all-time highs. Bitcoin's never been, after breaking its all-time highs, never been back to his previous all-time high. Better yet, below, we hit 17K. And, if we were laddering in shorts, like, right before the stream started, we were watching the FOMC meeting, and, could have been, playing our shorts. We're back into our orange zone, all right? So if we take a little bit of a bigger perspective outlook, take off all the lines and everything, notice during this drop, we drop for the, the hour or the candle, and then a wick comes up, and then we end up closing here. Then we drop, and then wick comes up. Notice how this area has a lot of upside wicks right here. Like, it was really trying to come up here, but it was just getting rejected hard, right? So that could mean, or induce liquidity, as that's where this line actually came up and ended up touching. So we have that resistance point mark, cool, right? But our main pattern, what we're looking at, is just the ascending triangle. Big 4-hour macro ascending triangle. We slipped this ascending point, or rather, even these two, we would have had, another downside leg. But now that we're holding a support of, if we look at the low we held, we broke this low, but we didn't break this low, right? And then if we wanted to do, the macro retracement on that, boom, 618 retracement, right? So 618 retracement, the golden zone, the pocket, where we held 618 retracement, huge pump, right? But now if we look, that was the last bullish trend. This market's been choppy. It's been up, it's been down, it's been up, it's been down, but it's trending. That's what's important. We're not just completely going sideways. You could still make money in this type of environment, right? So we got the 618 from this bullish retracement. Now, if we take from the bearish trend over this last 5 days, you'll be amazed. But I don't get paid. This is all for free on the Cryptoverse DAO. 618 retracement just came in, right? Boom. Hit the midpoint of our zone, or our EV level of our zone. In these structures and all your patterns, you want things to be symmetrical. So they're almost like perfect shapes, or, perfect channels. Channels are just two lines that are parallel. So oftentimes, what we did to even get, I think it was this line, was I just cloned it. I seen, we went over this yesterday in the other video. We're not going to do it today. Many support touches again. I had this layout on my phone, just put it onto the chart. Yeah, so 4 hours now testing the 60 RSI. Big point right here. You feel me? Only 27 minutes left in this candle, and that's why I wanted to show y'all this, right? Because when we started watching this, there was 45 minutes left in that candle. So what does that mean? We'll go to the 45-minute chart. We just got a new 45-minute candle. So the 45-minute candle is not lining up with a 4-hour close. If you're still with me, the 4-hour candle close is not lining up with this 45-minute candle. So what does that mean? That means this 45-minute candle couldn't break this ascending fucking massive resistance. That's what it means. The 45-minute couldn't close. Let's see if a 15-minute got to close outside. No 15 got to close outside. Okay, a 5-minute got to close outside. 5-minute barely got to close outside. What did the 5-minute say on the divergence? The 5-minute said we're still going up, little going up, but the double top came in on the 5-minute divergence. So, double top drop, hopefully. That 5-minute, that's a little bit of a low time frame. I'm not a 5-minute trader, you feel me? But hopefully that could have been, a sign or something. Another sign I was looking for is like, when's the last time this 15 minutes been this oversold? Now, the last time would probably be around here, right? Now, this is just some theory shit I'm working on. This is low time frame shit. But we look at this, like, you see how this is the max point on the RSI right here? Like, pretty much the highest we've been. This was back at 19K. So now, this point that we've got to, right? Even though, RSI's pump crazy, it's like it having a great pump. I'm just thinking like it might need to cool down a little bit before, we get some more upside, maybe just holding like a supportive here. And this is the great thing about fibs. You could even do them on low time frames, right? So I wouldn't measure the fib on a low time frame from here because that's a little bit that's not really showing the true volatility of what came from this FOMC meeting, which is right here, right? So if we go to the true volatility, we know the meeting started, what, 2:30. So notice how even on this lower time frame, boom, this mini move came in, right? Fake them out to the downside, bring them back up, and then down. So they set you up. They set you up before the meeting even comes into play, right? But if we were looking, we're just measuring volume here, right? So for every action, there's a reaction in the market, and that's where the Fibonacci comes into play. So I'm not doing it from the Fib from here because there's no volume here. It was kind of a slow period. I just want this action volume that we retested from here to here. So now if the bulls could hold, a 382 level, look how the 382 level, look at this. There is no 382 level, right? Delete the Fib. 382 is now this green line. This green line was here. Boom, 382 level. If the bulls could hold the zone or this 382 level, along with, maybe a 0.5 correction, it's not off the tables. And now we start to look at percentages and how much percentages are we looking at? Because the bigger the move, the bigger the reaction, right? 6% move in an hour. If we come down, 2-3%, that could be a secured move. And it's all about, capturing those optimal entries. That 5-minute double top would have been the key. Or the 3-minute. We pre'd a little bit early before the stream, but nonetheless, right? Don't over risk, and we'll be all right. So yeah, that's Bitcoin. That's Bitcoin in a nutshell. What I want to compare, does anybody in the Discord have any questions? If you're on the YouTube, drop a comment, leave a like. Yeah, but I just want to cover one more thing before we go, if there's no questions. Cool. Good to see Bitcoin Bert. 3 hours testing oversold. So let's just walk it down. 2 hours testing the peak, right? So look at how this 2 hour peak came in. But notice how, these peaks were actually at the top. So we actually blew past the 2 peaks right here. Now we're testing the last one. If the 2 hour close, that's coming in 22 minutes, can blow past, and keep pumping into the next hour to break these 2 last highs, put these areas here. Because even though this 2 hour candle hasn't closed above here, that's what we're trying to do. So technically it's still a lower high for right now. RSI looks exhausted again, man. Look at how we can. It's the same play as this one, bro. Came up, made our big peak on the RSI here. Heavy drop. Then we came back up strong, double bottom. Ooh, nice divergence right here. Boom, boom. Lows are getting lower here. Lows are getting higher here. Big spike up, right? Big spike up. Up, down, up, down. That's what the market's going to do to you. It's not going to be a clean-cut move. You see how it's moving all slow here? It's just getting ready for the volume. That's why we play the volume. But anyways, notice how, this peak came in the RSI, and then notice how the price action came back up here, but the RSI wasn't, we didn't get nowhere close to even that 80 RSI on the 2 hour. Then the 2 hour pumped again, couldn't even get really to the oversold. The 60 as almost resistance. That 64 level or 65 level is very strong as well. And then, so now I'm just relating that to this. We went sideways again, slightly going up, same shit, right? Slightly going up, going sideways, slightly going up, going sideways. This could be a channel if you wanted it to be. the same way that little wedge was. If we wanted to mark it, could do it on this 2 hours still. Okay. I'd look for a better support and resistance than that, but this is like the picture, the thing I'm looking at. Like that would be the channel. And then you see how we topped out here. You see how the RSI came up here. This was down here, right? Same thing. But the only difference is on this run, we put in a lot of divergences that couldn't bust oversold. Now, well, this 2 hour could have enough power and just go straight to 25K if it wanted to, right? But right now it is at a resistance, so that's what I'm doing, thinking 1 hour. 1 hour, 19 minutes left. 1 hour is way past over, so let's check the last time 1 hour was this high. So the last time 1 hour was this high was around this same point, which is, 30K, 31K. Another thing on this one, on the hourly, we are, technically, well, we haven't made a higher high to this, but it's a higher high to this. So the hourly close is very important. 45 minute did make a higher high to these closes. Now it's literally testing them as a support. That's all that's going on, testing this area as a support. Really the bottom of the zone would be nice. This is a 382 level from this pump. I think that's all she wrote, folks. There's not much to do when you already missed the move. You gotta let the markets develop and see what it tells you. But what we can do is we could look at ETH to Bitcoin really quickly. I was really proud of this ETH to Bitcoin move. Not gonna lie, it was right here when we were scoping this thing down. What threw me off was, notice how, okay, nice descending triangle, play on ETH, ETH to Bitcoin. Rising wedge came, fell. When we tested the descending support, whatever, we wicked down to a strong support level and bounced heavy. ETH is a monster, bro. I'm telling you, bounced heavy, takes out the high, takes out this high. Yeah, pretty much just, comes back for all the liquidity, right? Sweeps all, because the wick comes up to here, make sure nobody has their stop loss on entry yet. If you did, you're fucked. And then, the big drop comes. So ETH to Bitcoin really does have these moments when it's going sideways in small ranges, but then it has these collapses, bro. Or, mad rallies, as it could do. Mad rallies. But so that was a pretty nice descending triangle there. But if we're looking at right now, let's see the daily. Hold on. So pretty much after the blood was done, and we might as well just put the retracement on this. So I'm telling you this. There was a week Bitcoin was dumping and ETH wasn't dumping as hard. That was this week. After that, ETH has been falling a lot harder to Bitcoin. But, ETH just has less market cap, so it has more volatile moves. So really, this could really just be a pullback to the 786 area. And we could, take another drop. I wouldn't rule that out. ETH pumping the market is not really bullish in my opinion. I want Bitcoin to be at 28K before, ETH's at really ETH can't be at 2.5 and Bitcoin's at 20. It just doesn't make sense. unless the flipping is happening, you never know. What I'm interested in is this line. What is that? Wow, big ass trend line right here. Whew, didn't even see that. I'm like, what is that line? Okay, so I'm just gonna clone this real quick. Hold on. Yeah, tough to get a read on this, but from what I'm seeing, this bounce is coming from, a strong wick down to the support and the daily not getting able to go under the 60 RSI. That's all it is. When the 60 RSI is being used as support, it's not a good thing for the bulls. As we said, the opposite earlier in the stream, if you're still with me on that RSI divergence thing. But what we can see is, even with this day, 4 hours left in it, it's getting resisted by like this area, and it needs a lot more strength if it's going to break back through oversold. That's just on ETH to Bitcoin. And then, yeah, this is just the monster ETH going back, retesting this big, retested the open of it, right? Retest the open of this big bearish candle, but will this daily be able to get back above it? We'll see in like 2 hours. We're about to get the, I think the 4-hour close already came in, or no, 13 minutes till it comes in. So lots of price action to come, guys. If you're in our Discord or watching us on YouTube, join our Discord, because you won't get info like this anywhere else. What we're doing is building during the bear market and, making gains so we could invest for the bull market. So don't forget to tap in. The link will be in the description below. Simon Says, out.